Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh everyone. This is Zaeema and welcome back to my YouTube channel again. Today we are going to do the part 2 of clavicle. Generally, we are going to study about the peculiarities of clavicle and its features. Peculiarities में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे that it is the only long bone that lies horizontally in our body. It is subcutaneous throughout. It is the only long bone that ossifies first. It is the bone that ossifies in its membrane except the medial end. It is the only long bone that has two primary centers of ossification and there is no medullary cavity. This was the peculiarities of clavicle. Now moving on to the next, that is the features of clavicle. Generally we know that the clavicle has a slightly curved part that is called as the shaft, and it is divisible into the two ends, that is the medial 2/3 end and the lateral 1/3 end. The medial 2/3 end is large and quadrangle and the lateral 1/3 end is flat. Now we are going to know that the lateral 1/3 end has two surfaces and two borders. The two surfaces are the superior surface, which is subcutaneous, and the inferior surface, which has an elevation called the conoid tubercle and the ridge called the trapezoid ridge. Now moving on to the next, that is the borders of the lateral 1/3 end. That is the anterior border, which is concave forward, and the posterior border, which is convex forward. Now we are going to know about the medial end of the clavicle. Medial end of the clavicle, as you people know, that it is large and quadrangle. As I have mentioned it so many times, it is quadrangle because there is no borders and it has four surfaces. The four surfaces are the superior surface, which is rough, the anterior surface, which is convex forward, the posterior surface, which is concave, the inferior surface has an oval impression, and in its lateral half of the medial end it has subclavian groove. Nutrient foramen lies at the end of the subclavian groove. Now we are going, as we know that the clavicle has the medial end and the lateral end. The lateral end of the clavicle is also called as the acromial end. Acromial end of the clavicle articulates with the acromion process of the scapula to form the acromioclavicular joint, and the medial end of clavicle is also called as the sternal end, which articulates with the clavicular notch of a membrana sterni to form the sternoclavicular joint. This was the features of clavicle. Thank you so much for watching this video.